everyone.
Hey bag ladies and bag dudes, I'm Sarah Lawson from So Sweetness. Thanks so much for joining me for Ask Sarah, my weekly Q&A chat. What happened with that intro? I don't know.
I just felt like waiting to see your face.
I wasn't even looking. I didn't even know it was time. I was looking off to the side. I don't know what's going on with me today. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. We saw everybody before the chat talking on Facebook and YouTube. I see Liz from Woodstock. I see Libby from Indiana. So thanks, everybody, so much for joining us. I wanted to remind you that the Tudor Bag Sew-Along is currently going on in the Facebook group. They just started week 4 of the sew-along yesterday, and Michelle and Bronwyn are co-hosting that sew-along. So it's a leisurely sew-along. There's still a couple weeks to go, and there's prizes after every week's progress. So if you're participating, or if you started at the beginning but took a little bit of a break, make sure you get your progress photos posted in the Facebook group, and there's a separate album for photos for each week. So make sure you have your progress photo posted in the correct album to be eligible for those weekly prizes. Okay, so I had my riding lesson today, and my trainer said that I need to start working out. So I think she assumed that I did yoga or something. I'm not sure where she got that idea from. I've never done yoga, but she said I need to start working out because I'm too weak, and especially my core needs to be strengthened. So I'm like, how am I going to fit in working out with all the other stuff that we have going on? But I don't know. I don't know even how many times a week I should be working out, but I don't know. Maybe
Just get your own horse and ride every day. That'll force you to get stronger.
Yeah, that would be an expensive way to get stronger. I also wanted to show you, we were looking into getting some t-shirts printed. We will be working on the Bag Dude version, but the Bag Lady sample version just came in, so I wanted to show you on the show. So we just need to sort of rework the colors a bit, but let me know what you think in the comments if you like this, or...
You're probably blocking your mic from...
Am I blocking the mic? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Anyway, let me know what you think about the shirt design in the comments. I forgot what I was going to say about that. I did not design this artwork. This artwork was designed by Patty Young, so maybe you're familiar with Mod Kid Designs. She designs fabrics for Riley Blake. She designs sewing patterns, and she's originally from South America. So Patty Young designed this t-shirt design, and I asked for sort of a vintage type design, and she put the Sublime bag, which, yeah, she put the Sublime bag in there too. You might recognize that one. So, yeah. We'll let you know when we have these listed in the shop, and like I said, we'll be working on the Bag Dude version as well. I'm just not sure. I'm a little stuck on what that design should be exactly. So if any of the guys, I know there's some guys watching live, let me know your opinions on that. What do you think about a design for the Bag Dudes? What do you think it should be?
Maybe a guy holding a duffel bag.
Do you think it should be a picture of a guy on the shirt?
Oh, it's gonna be a picture of another girl with saying
I mean,
Bag
it could
Dude?
be,
I don't know.
No, it could be something.
Want.
No, it could be something else besides like an actual person on the shirt. Okay.
I don't know. I'll tell you.
All right, we're gonna jump to Danny's favorite part of the show. Let us know in the comments if you're a bag lady or a bag dude. Go ahead and type that out for us right now. And we love seeing all the bag lady and bag dude comments coming through. We appreciate the supportive community. And speaking of supportive community, I wanted to let everybody know a little update. Maybe you are familiar with the So Sweetness social state and country groups. Maybe you're not. We kind of posted a couple updates in the Facebook group last night regarding the state and country groups. These are mostly directed to the group admins, but also directed to members of the groups as well. So we have a lot of groups that are scheduling meetups in person. So either members of the state or country groups are meeting at a quilt shop, going out to lunch. We did see one go to a quilt show, which was pretty cool.
Was cool.
We did notice that there were more meetups happening than we realized, and so we decided to get a handle on the dates and times that people were meeting up, because we do like to video chat with the groups as they're meeting up. And so we posted in the Facebook group a link to a spreadsheet. Again, this is mostly for the group admins, but we'd like to know if you could let us know a few days in advance of your meetup. So We just need the group admin's name, email, the date and time of the meetup, and then we'll be checking our spreadsheet basically daily to see if there's any meetups going on, and we'll be video chatting. Also, during the video chats, we've decided to extend this offer through the month of October, so to the end of October. But we will be offering a giveaway of Minikin Season 2 to one randomly drawn person that is present for that meetup. So the meetup groups have ranged from just a few people to all the way up to, I think 17's been the biggest so far.
Illinois group, yeah.
Yeah, Illinois this past weekend had 17 people present for the meetup. So we're offering the giveaways through the end of October, which we're really excited about, and it's really fun doing that live on the video chat. Also, we would like to kindly request that if you would like to organize a meetup in a different area of your state. So for example, we live in Northwest Illinois. Obviously, Illinois is a big state. There's Southern Illinois. Also, all states are like that. They, range by many miles, and the members are spread throughout their states or their countries. However, we'd like to kindly request that if you would like to organize a meetup in a different area of your state, that you do not create a separate Facebook group for that area. So for, again, the example, Southern Illinois, we'd like to try to keep the groups
one per state.
One per state.
Because you don't want to get too scattered about and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you could have subset, and like you'd be part of the Illinois group, and if you're not the admin, that's totally fine. But you can let the admin know, hey, we're going to have a meetup. This is our meetup. Anyone who's in the area would like to come, please come join us. And, just let your admin know, and that person will go on the spreadsheet, fill it out, let you guys know. And that's pretty much it, really.
Yeah, so I think communication is key here. If you are in a different area of the state, then the meetup has already happened. Again, Southern Illinois, Northern Illinois, 2 different areas. Just reach out to the admin of your state group or country group and see about hosting another meetup for your area. The main reason that we'd like to keep the groups whole as a state or a country is because we have new members joining the groups on a weekly basis. Basically, every time we mention on the show that we do have So Sweetness groups by state or country, there's new members trying to join these groups, and we just want to keep things less confusing, especially for those new members, and just directing them to their state group or their country group rather than having to figure out, there's several different groups for North Carolina, that kind of thing. So we just want to keep the groups, and obviously this is just a kind request, but we'd just like to keep the groups as a whole by state or country, if that makes sense. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's jump over to your pick of the week, because you
Sure.
picked a good one. I saw it on his screen when I was walking past the room, and I was like, oh my gosh, what
3,
bag
2,
is
1,
that?
bam! I thought this was super cool because I know Sarah made a quilt last year. It's Holiday Homies from Tula Pink, and the quilt had a lot of the fabrics that you see here in it, and the quilt was cool, not my favorite, but this bag, same fabrics, I thought looked awesome. So it just shows you, don't judge a book by its cover with fabric in general, because I think this fabric looks amazing with this Tudor bag.
And I like you can't really see it from the photo, but the side panels of this Tudor bag are plaid, like a red and black plaid. Yep. And I like all the different aspects of
the glitter for the straps
fabrics.
too?
Yeah, that looks like the red glitter vinyl and the
dog collar, or is that
no?
strap,
That's the side strap.
Yeah,
the adjustable strap.
Okay,
so
cool.
Awesome job! I love that bag.
Jessica, great job.
Great job.
When I saw it, I was like, boom! I wasn't sure what to pick, and just yelled at me.
So we'd like to ask now, and we noticed some people did this at the beginning of the show also, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, if you'd like to hit the like button right now, which is the thumbs up. The likes and shares helps us out so much.
Like, comment, and subscribe. So if you're on YouTube, you're not logged in, make sure if you're logged in, to please log in and hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, it really helps us out a lot, and Facebook and YouTube look very kindly on videos that have a lot of likes and shares, and thank you so much for doing that. We really appreciate it
a ton.
Okay, so in a second we'll get over to some questions, but I wanted to mention we had our retreat this past weekend, and I told myself on Sunday night, I was like, all right, Monday, just take it easy, whatever you want to do, just relax. But, Monday rolled around, and I was like, all right, it's time to relax, but I didn't know what to do with myself. And I have a problem with not knowing how to stay still. I don't know if you have this problem also. I notice I do this, so when I stop working during the day, as far as sewing stuff goes, I'll pick the kids up from school, I'll go into the other room, and sometimes I start cleaning or putting things away, or I always have to keep busy, and sometimes I worry that that's not a good thing for myself. I just don't know how to just lay in bed, or, I mean, I read at night, but I don't ever have these moments where I just do nothing. Do you find that's the case for you also, or?
I can think of a few times I thought I was just... See, this right before picking the kids up today, I was sitting at my computer and I was watching YouTube videos, proper care for a bearded dragon. And I was watching it, and then I just got so tired I started closing my eyes, but I was listening to it.
Yeah, I saw you. You were falling asleep in your chair.
That was one moment I felt like I was, didn't have to do anything.
Do you feel like you have those moments often, or do you feel like you
About
struggle?
At least 7 days a week, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to be nice and asking you a rhetorical question, but I was really asking you
Didn't sound rhetorical.
Well, like I said, I was trying to be nice.
So nice question's a rhetorical question?
No, I knew the answer.
Okay. I don't know where we're going with this, but
Anyway,
let's move on. Before it gets worse and tell me I got to do laundry now or something.
All right, let's get over to some questions. If you have a question for me that I can answer live, either a sewing-related question, a bag-making-related question, a question about a tool, or a sewing supply, let me know in the comments, and I'll answer some questions live. I see another non-sewing-related question.
Yeah, well, you said sewing just now, so I didn't touch.
Is it easy to take care of a bearded dragon? It's our first one. How long have we had her? For 3 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
2 or 3 weeks. She's really easy. I feel like I know her habits now. When she wants to eat, we give her a bath twice a day. We kind of know more or less when she wants to go to bed. Danny was holding her last night, and she started kind of burrowing her head into his neck, and she kind of, scratched a little with her front legs, and we were like, oh, she's tired. She wants to go to sleep now. So really easy, really friendly, and I'm very pleased that we got her. Many Beautiful Things says, thank you for your veering tutorial. I got it. Now can you show how you put the cotton candy tab on the inside, please? Oh, that's a good one I could show really quick. Let me grab it back here.
So quick, it's going to be instantaneous.
Yes, very quick.
I'll take it off the screen for you.
Okay, thank you. Let me pull the tab out because she'd like to see it. Oh, my mind's not doing so good tonight. All right, there we go.
Is that a rhetorical question?
No. Okay, so the question was how to put the tab back inside. Let's move this paper out of the way. All right, so here's the tab on the outside. Of course, you can close the pouch and leave the tab on the outside. If you want the tab to go on the inside, though, just tuck it inside first. And then I'm just going to unzip it and pull the end of the tab. And then...
boom.
Boom. Very easy. So just put the tab inside the pouch when it's unzipped first, and then start zipping it, and then it'll stay on the inside.
I like that zipper pull. Is that from Trina?
Me too. This zipper pull's from, I know you can't see it because we're far away. This is a unicorn zipper pull from Trina Peterson on Etsy. Leanne says, do you recommend Peltex or Decaville Heavy for the Sublime bag? Also, is a half yard of cork enough for the accent pieces? So I did use, for the Sublime bag, a half yard, which is 18 by 54 inch piece of cork. I actually used Peltex on that because I didn't get any Decaville Heavy till later on. And I think I made the Sublime bag, the last time I made it was a couple years ago. But either one would work on it. Colleen says, the new Minikins, or did you show it and I missed it? Oh, I wrote myself a note on here and I forgot to show it. So let me answer. Thank you for reminding me. Marcia also says, did you already show one of the new Minikins? Darn it.
Hold on.
I'm not with it today. I know you guys can tell because whenever I start the show and I'm like, oh gosh, either I feel a little under the weather or I'm tired that day. People email me after the show and they check on me, so I know you guys could tell. Sorry about that. All right, I
did laundry over this past weekend, by the way, and also Sarah has a show with an accountant. The past it's on Ask Sarah's show. It'll show her head and a gentleman. His name's
well.
Nate Owens.
Let me answer her question first. So Jennifer's question is regarding an LLC, or do I just have a business license? So when I first started my business, well, obviously you need to have a business license at the beginning no matter what. So just go ahead and do that if you're planning on starting a business, or if you just started and you sort of forgot about the business license, make sure you get that. Very important for every business. I didn't apply for my LLC, which LLC stands for Limited Liability Corporation, until a couple of years in. The reason being, I got some advice from another business owner to wait and see how things went with the business before applying for the LLC, because it is an upfront cost, and you also, depending on your state, in Illinois, have to renew and pay another fee every year for the LLC. The reason behind an LLC for a business is so that your business assets and your personal assets are separate. So if anyone should, this is complete layman's terms, but if anyone should ever sue you for something related to your business, maybe you made a bib and someone's choking on the snap. I'm just thinking worse.
What a horrible idea.
Sorry, that was the first thing that popped into my head. Anyway,
I thought you made a bag, it leaked the lotion made someone fall and hurt their knee.
Okay. That's a good one as well. That protects your personal assets like your home and your car. So if someone sues your business, they can't take everything that you own, including your home. It keeps things separate.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, let me show you the Minikins Season 2 sneak preview. So I posted a photo right before the show on social media. This is the packing cubes, and this is 4 different sizes of packing cubes. I made these in Shapeflex for the exterior and the lining. That's probably blurry. Nice one? Yeah, sure. Obviously, that's the smallest one. And so this cube has 2 zippers on the front of it and some Velcro.
Well, the next one's demonstrating.
Oh, okay. You're rushing me along here.
We can just talk about it as you're showing it.
Mesh on the front, Velcro on the end, the 2 zippers unzip, and the whole thing opens so you can get your clothes in there. And I do have a note in the pattern that you could also make this for, I always also thought it would be really cute for like a toddler suitcase or something like that. And if you're making it for something like that, you could substitute the foam. But the reason that I left the Shapeflex for both of the interfacings for this project is I envisioned it as something that you could fold flat in your suitcase once you've taken the clothes out of it. So I wanted something that would not take up really any space. So that's why.
How about a small animal carrier?
Well,
that'd be safe.
That will be a pattern for another day.
This almost seems like it would be. You put a little like iguana in here. Bearded dragon.
I can do better than that for an animal carrier, but
okay.
I'll need a little bit more time to get to that. Move this out of the way. Anyway, so these are the 4 sizes. This is the biggest one. Obviously, you can see it's quite large, and yeah,
holds a lot of junk.
Holds a lot of stuff, yes. And they nest, so when you're done, you can just put all 4 in the large, or put all 3 in the large one, and you're good to go. Anyway, that's, I think we're about halfway done with the Minikins sneak previews, so I'm excited to show you the rest.
Winding down quick.
Yep, yeah. Halloween will be here before we know it. All right, you want to post another question or comment on the screen? Diana says, my best friend lost her 7-year battle with cancer today. She loved using the bags that I made for her. She used several of the I Spy bags in her business. Anna was a bag lady all the way. I am so sorry to hear that, Diana. Gosh, I don't have the words. I'm honored that you decided to share that with us, and I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm truly sorry for your loss. Vanessa says, is it possible to see the inside of one of those bags? Sure thing. I have to warn you, though, sometimes when I make a bag, I don't finish the lining, so there might be a hole in this one. There might be. We'll see. I think it's okay. There's no pockets or anything on the inside. It's just empty.
Like my brain, Sarah says.
All right.
Someone want to confirm the release date on those, the Minikins Season 2.
Minikins Season 2 will be coming out on October 31st. Hope says, this is a great way to separate family items in a large suitcase. Yeah, it sure is. It sure is.
That's a great idea.
I thought the small one, which this is the smallest one, would be good for like delicates, like underwear and bras and that kind of thing.
You can even use it if you have your bag packed full of stuff, and like us, by the end of the trip, you have all this. You say we had 2
Dirty
stops
clothes?
on our trip. Your dirty clothes for sure.
That's a good idea.
One bag's full of the clean clothes. One's for dirty clothes. Keep them separate, and it's still organized, so it's not mixing all around.
And it's all straight seams, so there's no curved sewing on this one.
See, tons of comments. Is that?
Oh.
That's what. Yeah, I'm sure it is. That's where she keeps it.
Jeff, you have a good eye. Jeff says, "Is that the white polka dot shirt Danny gave you? Where did it go? Was this the one or?"
Does that have the tag on it still?
No. Oh, this was the other one. Oh, I don't
Mine
know.
were
It's
more
inside
grunge
out.
polka
I don't know.
dots. Yeah.
That is so funny, Jeff.
Good memory.
Let's see. Lily says, where can I get RJR cotton solid fabrics? I'm having a heck of a time. Some websites have a limited amount of colors. It's been a while, but I thought at one time that Pink Castle Fabrics carried all the colors, or at least a good chunk of them. So you might want to check Pink Castle Fabrics to see if they still do. I haven't checked that out in a while, so they might very well be gone, but...
Quit fondling the bag, sir.
Sorry. I was trying to... Jennifer
Gotta
says,
get away from you.
which bag would make the best diaper bag?
Aragon.
Yeah, I would suggest the Aragon bag. We have not filmed a video for that one yet, but I think it's on my list for January, so it'll be coming up shortly. I know January is a long way off, but to us it's right around the corner. Marianne says, will the inset for the Essential Oils bag also be available on October 31st? It will. So the Essential Oils, it's right over here. This is one of the minikins. There's a pattern for essential oils. This is the large size, and the small ones for the small essential oils bag has elastics to hold essential oils or nail polishes or other things, but this is the one she was talking about. This insert is made of foam, and we will be stocking it on the website right before the minikins comes out, and I think it's going to be $6.50 for that insert. So Marie says, I got so excited to sew the Bellevue pouch for the October challenge that I was late to this party. Oh, I'm glad you finished it. The October challenge, I have not sent it through on the newsletter yet, but I did post it in the Facebook group today. The Minikins October challenge is for the Bellevue pouch, and I know a lot of you have already sewn that one. I've seen a lot of Bellevue pouches throughout the year. If you made one in the past, you can enter your photo even if you made it previously. But you have until October 31st to enter that challenge, and there will be one random winner for a $100 gift certificate to my shop, so it's definitely worth entering the challenge. Marie says, do you have a wristlet purse pattern or planning on one? There's like 3 wallet patterns coming out in Minikin Season 2. I have not shown any of those 3 on the previews yet. I'm not sure. I didn't mean to save them all for last. I'm probably going to not show all 3, in succession, but maybe I'll show one. Maybe I'll show one on Sunday. We'll see how it goes. And there's one, there's also a wristlet, but I feel like those wallets they can be made as a wristlet as well. Roxanne says, what is the best way to center rivets? I have a green rivet press and my rivets are never centered. So I always mark on the fabric with my friction marker, or if you have a white chalk or something else, I always mark and measure with my ruler where I want to make the rivets, where I want to install them. And it really helps marking it rather than eyeballing it, because eyeballing it, I mean, let's be honest, even when I am marking my rivets, sometimes they end up looking a little bit wonky, but definitely marking it will help you get straighter rivets. Sherry says, are all of those bags washable? Actually, all of the bags are washable, because even if you make a bag with foam interfacing, the foam can go in the washer and dryer. These travel bags, since they're just made of shape flex and fabric, for sure they could go in the washer. I suppose you could even make it with laminated fabric.
Someone said also making these in smaller sizes and putting vinyl in there for like a toiletry bag.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Instead of the mesh.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I like that idea a lot. Michelle says, I'm more excited about Halloween than the birthday. I love Halloween. My birthday kind of ruins that day. Oh.
It's like a culmination of both. It should be like a penultimate.
Is it because of the dressing?
Holiday.
Is it because of the dressing up? By the way, I was thinking about dressing up this year. We went to Target yesterday and we were looking at the Halloween costumes, and some of the costumes looked pretty cool.
Yep.
They had like an avocado costume. I think I might.
Yeah.
I liked that one.
She's got a shirt that says avocado, so I mean.
No, I mean it was like a big avocado.
I know.
Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
I wish it was I wish the costumes at Target were a little bit more not high class looking, but like it looked a little bit cheap, I have to admit.
I
But
wish that Halloween's in Chicago were not really like 40 degrees outside every
Yeah.
year. I mean,
that's true. Usually it's freezing and it's raining also. Esther says, Sarah, have you ever used the Schmetz Super Nonstick needles that I saw a post about today? If so, what do you think of them? I saw that post also, but I've never used those, so I'll have to get some. I don't know, to be honest, if I got some. I'm not sure what kind of valuable feedback I would have, since my needles don't really ever stick in my interfacing, or even if I use like glue or just wash away Wonder Tape. I don't think I've ever had my needles stick. Heather says, new tool for you to try, Woolly Felted Wonder seam press wool mat on seam press with wood on the bottom. Is that like a clapper? I don't know if I've seen that one yet. I'll have to investigate it after the show. It sounds really interesting. Terry says, where do you get the mesh? Do you sell it? I do sell it on the website. We have it in, I don't know how many colors, 14 or 15, a lot of colors. It's $6 a pack, and it's a half-yard piece. So if you just go to sewsweetness.com, and under the shop, it's under the Notions tab. Mesh, somebody linked to it on Facebook, so thank you, Glum. That was very helpful. Jenny says, what fabrics are those packing cubes made of? These are, did you take the little one?
yeah.
They are from Tula Pink's, this is from Tula Pink's All Stars fabric line. It was a bunch of basics like dots and solids. And
I don't know if she meant like the packing, your cubes behind us. I don't know if that's a cube you're dealing with, is it?
these are packing cubes. That's what I said.
That's just about this desktop cube.
Desktop cubes.
We'll
This
see.
is Tula Pink de la Luna. It was her, I guess, Halloween fabric line.
The answer is yes. I've seen Sarah attack a cam snap.
Jill says, do you attach
Start smashing with a hammer.
do you attach cam snaps with your rivet press? I don't. After I purchased my rivet press, I found out that for whatever reason, the cam snaps need a totally different press, so I bought a separate press for my cam snaps, although they do make a handheld press. I got my cam snap press right here. I'll show it. Oh, it's so heavy. It's even heavier than my rivet press. It's so heavy. This is my cam snap press, and it only does cam snaps, so I don't want to say waste of money because I do use it, but I sort of wish I had a press that did both at the same time. Put that to the side. Debbie says, I saw a suggestion today where someone said they used the hole in their ruler to center rivets. Made perfect sense. I wish I would have thought of that.
I saw the actual picture of it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
It's like the, our templates. It's got the little hole where you can hang it on a peg. That little hole.
Oh, we should ask Ed to make a template for installing rivets where they're all like holes down the middle. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be really... Well, like, it could be the width of a strap, so either a 1-inch
like a
strap
ruler.
or like a ruler, but with
With
holes all the way down it. Well,
yeah, obviously you're talking about something holes down it, Sarah. Glum is so quick with answering questions and providing links. Thank you so much, Glum.
thanks, Glum. Yeah, I see it. Some other links. Thank you very much. The template. I'm going to write myself a note to email Ed after the show because that's a really good idea. Unless he happens to be watching. Then that would make my job easier.
I wanted to get those.
Jess says, how are those Slow Sweetness lights coming? I surely want
supposed
one.
to be my awards. I'm supposed to be handing those
Also
out.
coffee mugs.
You got to talk to Ed.
Yeah, we have to.
I think I might give him a call tomorrow, actually.
And coffee mugs. Would you really want a coffee mug, a Soul Sweetness one? I showed mine on the show, a Sunday show. Or was it a Tuesday show?
It's when Violet's Tooth came out, and I was
right, you put it in the cup,
and people like, Danny, you're drinking her cup. The cup was empty. I was only joking. What was that?
Oh, okay. Marie says to center rivets or snaps, I use an awl. An awl is, I lost mine. I was looking for it on Friday. An awl is basically a point, something very pointy. It's made of, the tip is made of metal for poking holes in fabric. A lot of garment makers use them for marking notches through their fabric because the sharp awl will kind of part the threads, the weave on the fabric.
How would you use a template to make for zippers?
Jill says a template for placing zippers. I've seen one, but I'm not sure fully how they work, so I can't speak on that, unfortunately. Jeanette says, do you prefer rivets to Chicago screws? I like both of them.
Chicago screws you've used, I do think they're easier to apply, but the ones that you had, they were not fitting as nicely as
Right,
I think a
because
rivet.
I bought some that were too
Right,
big.
so you don't have the
the
experience
quarter,
to say, hey.
well, the 1/4 of an inch rivets I feel are appropriate for 1/4 of an inch Chicago screws are
I
appropriate.
talked to someone
for
at the retreat, and they got the 1/4 inch ones, and they said they were still loose for them.
Really?
Yes. It was lady. I forgot her name.
Oh,
If
okay.
you're watching the show, you should mention it.
I mostly use rivets, basically because I want to get the money out of the press that I paid for. I think my rivet press was about $100, so I want to, use my rivet press as often as possible. And my rivet press also, I have a hole punch die for it, so it makes the holes through the fabric in preparation for the rivets. Tammy says your costume should be the gal on the t-shirt. Well, that's a good idea. I need someone to do my hair like this, though. I'm not very good at
this.
doing that kind of thing. Kathy says, Danny probably stored your missing awl where he hid your first precision turning tool. You guys have great memories. We never actually found that first precision turning tool, did we? I wonder what happened to it. Do you think one of the workers walked off with it, like in their toolbox or something?
Could have happened.
Another question, So Sweetness swag, Christmas is coming. You better get busy. Bag ladies and dudes are hungry for our sewing presents. Ooh, lots of, I think the minikins would be good for Christmas presents and assembly line sewing. Michelle says, when is the next Chicago meetup? Do you know when that is?
I don't know if that's Mark setting that one up, I think.
Mark Suppelfrick is
Illinois group.
The admin in the Illinois group.
We're going to try to attend this one, too.
Yep, we are. Do you know when the date? You don't know when it is
No,
yet,
he's trying
right?
to nail it down with the shop.
Okay, got it.
Because they want to sew and shop there. They want to do a little bit of everything.
Gotcha.
Someone wanted to see the pink and green bag behind you. I'm guessing it's the...
Pink and green.
Right here.
Oops. Hopefully this was the one you're talking about. This is the Zeppelin pouch from the Minikins, and this was made in Tula Pink Slow and Steady fabric. In case that's the one.
Cheryl says, because Danny ruined it, you'll never find it. No, I didn't ruin it, I promise you. I didn't even use it for more than 2 seconds.
Well, now that we sell them, I have lots of replacements. But
right. Yes.
Okay, another question. What size and type of needle do you typically use? I use either an Oregon 9014 needle or a Schmetz Microtex needle, which is also 9014. Those are the 2 needles I use pretty much 99.99% of the time.
Right. And thank you for people answering questions in the chat, because I saw people had questions and they were being answered.
Yeah, that's
really cool. Thank you again. I do appreciate it.
I love that about the chat. It's not just one-sided. It's can't think of the word.
Michelle, if you join the group, you can get the notices from it. We are not part of that group, actually. We're not part of any of the Soul Sweetness sewing pattern state groups. They're individually run by the admins. And if you want to join your local one, I would suggest to do it. And we're not just going to possibly stop and going to the Illinois one, maybe another state when they have a retreat. If we have time, we'd like to travel and
that would be really
hop
cool.
in different groups. So
if you want to find your state or country group, just go to the So Sweetness group, and there's a tab for files. There's a bunch of files in there, but the one you want is called Social Circles, and there's links to all of the state and the country groups. Yep. Let's see. Kathy says, is your new Juki running as good as your old one? Yeah, so I have 2 Jukis. The first one I got in 2013, and that was the TL 2010Q. The second one, we bought a second one because we were originally filming videos in the basement, and my machine's like 50 pounds, so it was hard bringing it up and down from the basement, and it kind of got banged up like going down the stairs. So I bought the Juki QVP 2200 Mini, which is basically the same exact thing as my machine. It just comes with more feet. How many years I've had that for? At least 2 or 3 years, the second one. They're both just as good. I get a maintenance about every 1.5 to 2 years. No issues with them. I didn't buy a second one because the first one wasn't working. I just bought the second one because of what I said about the videos, but now we're not filming videos in the basement anymore, so I suppose I could have just gotten away with having the one machine, but I'll give the other machine to Violet if she wants to take it with her when she gets older.
And Violet did name her Bearded Dragon Flash. We had a couple questions about it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry for not addressing it.
Flash is sleeping already, otherwise we'd take her out and show you guys, but she likes to go to bed early. I see another question about fusible foam. Deb says, do you use fusible foam on the Oriole? I'm having trouble with the fabric bunching up when sewing the darts. Someone had a good tip for this, and I cannot remember what it was. It'll come to me. I don't remember if it was Michelle or Bronwyn. Someone had a good idea for sewing with the darts. I'm not sure if they sewed to the inside of the darts first. That might have been the tip. But either, I don't know if you saw the video for the Oriole bag, I tend to take my finger to smooth out the dart area and then put a bunch of Wonder Clips on it. But someone had a hack for that, and I think it was sewing to the inside of the dart just to kind of stabilize it first, and then sewing the actual dart.
How often do you change your needles in your machine?
How often do I change my needles in my machine? I used to change it after every single project, but I'm getting kind of forgetful, so I try to do it after every other project. Even though the needle still looks okay, it really does dull down after you've sewn with it for an extended period of time. I think I used to try to change it after every 8 hours, because that was about the average length of sewing a bag, like a longer bag. Yeah, every other project, I think, for me currently. Kim says, how about planning a Sew Sweetness convention for bag ladies and bag dudes? That's a good idea. What would a convention look like? Just lots of bag making classes, or?
I don't feel want like a hangout or an actual class tutorial, extravaganza.
It would be cool if it was like a whole week long convention, and it was maybe like every other day would be like an all day class, so it wouldn't get too overwhelming. Or maybe the days that there was not an all day class, guest speakers like Tula Pink could come and talk about designing fabric. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Pretty cool to me.
Yeah. Cheryl says, I think sewing down the dart line on both sides, then sew the dart. Okay. I couldn't remember. Honestly, I have really bad memory, and I know somebody suggested it a while ago, but that's a good tip with the darts. Thank you. Michelle says, I loved your show for how to sell your own handbags, but no one mentioned how much money they used to start up their business. That's a good question. I'm not sure. I can't speak for the panel guests. However, I'm a huge fan of bootstrapping, and I was actually thinking about this after the show. I wish I would have mentioned the fact that I'm really into bootstrapping. So when I first started my business, I know designing patterns and selling custom handbags is a little bit different, but I feel like some of the business aspects could be the same. So when I first started my business, I was working in pet stores still. So I worked in pet stores for 14 years. I did go to college, but I was not able to find a job in my career. And so I was still working at the pet store, and I worked, I think, for a full year at the pet store still while working on the pattern business. Do you feel like that's about accurate?
Yes.
And so the way that comes into play with the bootstrapping is, obviously this is my personal opinion, but I feel like just quitting your job and going all in is a really difficult way to start a business, because then you're extremely pressured to make the business work. If you start it similar to what I did with working at the pet store, continuing to work there for a year while I worked on my pattern business, I had the pet store income to fall back on in case the pattern business did not work out. So there was not that constant daily pressure of, oh gosh, I've got to sell stuff because this is all I've got. So going all in, that whole concept kind of worries me. I'm, again, really into bootstrapping, and we only branched out in the business what the business could support. So we didn't go all out. And when I first started the business, we didn't have the cork and all the notions. We slowly built on it when we had the money to order the inventory and all that stuff, because we don't pay for stuff on credit. We just, the way I like to run my business, we pay for everything up front. So when we have the money to do so, that's when we expand and so on. Liz says cheaper to have the conventions in Las Vegas.
I've never been to Vegas.
Yeah, we've never been to Las Vegas. That would be really fun. A dual vacation and sewing convention. That sounds really awesome.
Yep. So we could run a space, Missouri Star, and
Tula Pink. Yeah, Tula Pink does live near.
Angela Walters does as well.
Yes, Angela Walters also lives in Missouri. There's a lot of different talented people that live in Missouri in the sewing industry.
I've never heard of chat rooms I don't usually use Reddit. I'll put the question up. Hope was asking about if I've heard about chat rooms in Reddit. I don't use Reddit. I've never used Reddit. Some of my friends do. I just never got into it. Yeah. That's pretty much it. But I do think if you guys are interested, this is a segue to something else different. What I was telling Sarah, it's called Discord. It's an app for your phone, your tablet, your computer. You don't even have to log in. You can take a link from a web browser and connect to it. And it's a voice chatting app, and you can actually put your pictures from your phone. If you take a picture of your phone, you could drop it in the app, and it will show it on the screen to whoever you're working with.
Like your avatar, is that what you mean? Or?
No, like I can take my phone, I go through my pictures, and I can drop it right in the Discord server page.
Oh, I see. Like a picture of a bag you made.
Yeah, say if you're making a bag or you're on a tough step.
Okay.
My train of thought is when I play video games in the evening, I sit on Discord and talk to my friends. If we do these, First Friday sew-ins, which will be coming up this Friday, it's a version like that. Some people don't want to show their video. They don't want to be on video. They're shy about it, which is totally fine. And this way you can actually, it's almost like a speakerphone where if you're sewing this evening, you'll just sit in a channel or a room and people can join or leave and you can sit and talk while you're sewing and stuff. I think it's interesting. And if someone would be interested in that, I could totally set one up for Sew Sweetness.
How many people can be in that
I don't think
chat
there's a
room?
limit really. It might be 100. I don't know.
Okay, that's a lot.
The server
That's a lot of people.
is, yeah, I've never seen one cap, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I could look into it.
Okay, interesting.
But it's a cool way. You just want to sit and hang out. Like if I'll jump on there. If I'm sitting in the channel, my friends know I'm doing something and they can join and come talk to me. If they just want to hang out and not do something either, that's totally cool too.
Is it something that would be easy for you to set up?
Very easy. I have one set up ready with your name on it, so we just have to share the IP.
Oh, you do? Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You
Yeah.
didn't
Well,
tell me.
I wanted to reserve the name just in case you decide you want to do something.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, let's set it up.
Okay. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, sure. All right, that's it on the questions for tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. Sorry if I stumbled on my words a little bit tonight. Just one of those days. We'll see you again actually this Friday for the first Friday sew-in. I'll be sewing live with up to 25 of my sewing buddies, and so I hope you'll join us. Regardless, even if you're not jumping on with me live, anyone can watch it on Facebook and YouTube during the live stream. And you can also catch the recording of that anytime on Facebook and YouTube.
Yep.
All right, so we'll see you again next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Have a great rest of the week and happy sewing.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.